Managing and running fishing trips are no easy task, especially during the high season. Back-to-back trips, 7-day work weeks, and a full inbox are the reality for many captains this time of year. So how do you make sure your operation handles the heat without sacrificing customers or quality service? To find out, we spoke with 3 of FishingBooker's top captains for more insight. Captains Brian Garris, Jay McQuarrie, and Brian David have over 80 years of combined experience. With excellent track records, they boast an army of satisfied customers. They took a few moments out of their busy schedules to share their best high season hacks. These include everything from setting customer expectations, to smart business decisions, to making the most out of their FishingBooker presence. We first sat down with Captain Brian Garris to find out how he manages an influx of trips during the high season. He emphasized the importance of preparation, especially when you have multiple trips in one day.
You're always prepared. You should never get on a boat with a captain who doesn't already have bait. The captain should always be prepared prior to the trip. So the day before, the captain should already have everything he needs when the clients show up.
He then went on to tell us how important it is to make sure your calendar is always up to date. When lots of bookings start to come in during the high season, it's easy to lose track of things, which is why managing your calendar is key to running a successful charter business.
I use the calendar. I keep up with the calendar. I think a lot of people make mistakes because they don't keep up with the calendar. That goes back to the organization thing. You gotta be on top of your game. And I've had other guys ask me, man, how do you do that? And I said, well, when somebody texts us when they schedule and they Instabook, I can immediately open my calendar and write it in, because if you don't, you're gonna forget it or you're gonna miss it, and then you're gonna be in big trouble.
We then spoke to Captain Jay McQuarrie, who said that he always makes sure that he's doing everything he can to properly manage his customers' expectations.
And the one thing I do is when somebody books a trip, I answer it as quick as possible. Before I answer it, I read their special requests, and that gives me a better idea of what they're looking for, so I can acclimate whether it's going to be more of a family trip or if it's going to be a couple of guys looking to specialize in catching, say, snook. And if that's, once in a while I'll come across, if they want to just go for snook, I'm going to explain to them that it all depends on the wind and tide. I wouldn't suggest just going for snook the whole day.
In addition to making sure customers know what to expect, Captain Brian David always reaches out to the customer a couple of days before the trip so that all of the details are fresh in both of their minds.
And then I always call everybody a day, maybe 2 days before. That way you're not getting confused. When you're running 2 trips a day, 7 days a week, you don't know who you talked to and who you didn't talk to. You have no idea, So if you keep it simple like that and you everybody gets called the day before or maybe 2 days before, you touch base, make sure they know where they were going, make sure they know what to bring. Boom. It's fresh in their mind. You talk to somebody a month prior to your trip, let me tell you something. The day of the trip, they're going to forget everything you talked about over the phone. So the biggest thing is, like I said, you stay diligent on it, and you call all your customers a day or maybe 2 days before the trip. And that's it. Keep it simple.
We were interested to find out if and how FishingBooker makes captains' lives easier during the high season.
I love the Instant Booker. The Instant Booker is very good on your guys' part because that's something that is not pressurized. Like, say you're calling me up now and you want to go fishing tomorrow. I have to, call you back right away and set the time to, go through the whole thing again. With Instant Book, I'll call you up and say, hey, Sean, I see that you booked in 2 weeks. I'm going to give you a call in a couple of days and go over the trip with you. It just gives me a little breathing room.
Captain Jay also reiterated how important communication was even after the trip was complete. Reaching out to customers after your trip not only reminds them to leave a review, but it also increases the likelihood that they will think of you again when planning their next fishing trip. After all, Captain Jay has over 300 5-star reviews from FishingBooker customers.
So I'll say, well, I'd appreciate later today, FishingBooker is going to call you or text you or email you and ask you to do a review. Now, you're having a great fishing day because other people did the reviews. So just spend 3 minutes and just do the review. And, what do people do?
The high season can be hectic, but it can also be an excellent opportunity to grow your business and increase customers. By keeping your calendar up to date, setting clear expectations, and enabling features such as Instant Book, you can stay ahead of the competition and make sure you're doing everything you can to provide top-notch service. Be sure to read on for more insights from these captains to make sure you're taking full advantage of FishingBooker so you can continue to have a successful high season.